Hey everybody, it's Queen of Light 1111. I hope you're all doing great. Hope you had a peaceful or somewhat stable new moon eclipse that we experienced over the weekend. I just felt like the energies were in the extremes over the weekend. It was either people were either really, really happy and super kind, or they were extremely vile and angry and upset. It didn't feel like there was anything in the middle. And so it was very interesting, as I was out and about and, I experienced such amazing people, just strangers that were just kind and amazing. And I also experienced some very, very angry people. And unfortunately, I had to engage with one person in particular that was extremely vile. But what was interesting was that so many strangers showed up to support me as this very, very negative energy was attempting to interact with me. And I also was able to see the growth that I've even experienced. Well, look at people. I am an Aries moon. And so I can get fired up. But you know what? I held my ground. I kept my calm, but I wasn't going to allow myself to be pushed around. It was something so silly. This person was just in a vile mood. She was extremely agitated, and she verbally tangled with me. And there's only so much, doesn't matter if you're a light worker or healer, whatever, that someone will take before they stand up for themselves. But what was so lovely was that there were about 5 people just came out of nowhere that had witnessed everything, and they were like, "Hey, don't worry, we got your back, we saw everything." And I was like, "Thank you," because the vile lady ended up wanting to call the police, and I was like, "For what?" Like, this is so interesting. And hey, don't involve law enforcement, first of all, because I'm very connected to that group of people, as a lot of my clients are even in law enforcement, or their twin is in law enforcement. And so it was very interesting to me. And the police ended up coming. They're like, they said, you can go, there's no crime here. I said, "Yeah, thank you, and I'm sorry that she wasted your time." But it was just so interesting to me that so many strangers, without even having to solicit anybody, like, "Hey, did you see this? Did you see this?" They just came up to me, and they stood right next to me. And that's what the light does. You don't have to solicit people, right? Just like the light attracts light, but it also attracts those challenging energies. But the thing is, God doesn't put you in those situations without the strength and without support. And I just thought how beautiful it was that all of those human beings, without any sort of asking, without any sort of solicitation, literally stood by me the entire time. And I just thought, wow, thank you, God. Like, what a wonderful, wonderful experience in a challenging environment like that I was in. And so I thought that was very interesting. And so that's how I felt this weekend was. It was like these wonderful people, and then, one or two just very, very people that need some healing. Okay, so I feel like the energies are still settling. I don't want to go too deep in yet, because I feel like things are still settling, things are still shifting, and I feel like it might do that for a couple of days. So what I want to just do is just do a general check-in on masculine, feminine, and the connection. So we're going to use the Osho Zen Tarot, and we're going to use that kind of as our oracle and our tarot deck. Okay, so let's go ahead and see how the cards are already falling. I just feel like it's very, kind of fluid right now. The energies are still moving. So at this point in time, let's see what the energies are. And if you want to book your own personal reading, coaching session, or healing session, go to queenoflight1111.com, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel, subscribe to my other channel, King of Shadows 1111, and follow me on Instagram for King of Shadows as well. And so let's get started, okay? Let's get started. There you go. Okay, let's clarify these. So we have divine feminine, divine masculine, and the connection. Oh, I need to get one more tarot deck. Let's see here. I think we'll use the Rainbow Tarot. Interesting. Okay. All right, let's get started with the bottom of the deck for masculine, feminine, and the connection. We have the adventure card. So this is interesting because in this deck, this is part of the cups energy, okay? So I feel like this is the knights. I don't use this deck way too often, hence that it's like, you know, super, super new. But this is definitely the energy of the Page of Cups. So when this card comes out, you know, the Page of Cups generally is an energy of a student. There's some immaturity. There's some dreaminess, right? There's this energy of, you know, there's this energy of like small gestures, right? When you think of pages in the tarot deck, pages are students. So when you think of the Page of Pentacles, it's the energy of you know, just thinking about an offer. It's about the conception, right? So it's like thinking about the offer, thinking about, you know, the gesture of love, thinking about, you know, where you want to take your thoughts, thinking about, you know, how you want to manifest something. So it's just like the beginning of an adventure. And so for Divine Feminine, her bottom of the deck on this is the Tower. So for Divine Feminine, you know, she's very much in the energy of, you know, things have crumbled. Okay. So she's really feeling like a shakeup. She's feeling like this energy of, you know, things are, she doesn't want to have this, you know, this small, immature energy. It's this energy of just not wanting childishness. It's this energy of, she feels like there's a breakdown even of any sort of offer of movement forward. The bottom of the deck for divine masculine with the page of cups is the moon card. So there's this energy of uncertainty. He's in his immaturity. He's a child. He's in this energy of um not growing yet, and that's his fear. Maybe he fears growing up. And then with the connection, the bottom of the deck is the Seven of Cups. It's like this uncertainty. It's this energy of chaos and procrastination. It's an energy of, options, choices. So the way Divine Feminine is really experiencing this is she's like, this page energy, that's got to go. Masculine's like, I'm scared to grow up. And then the connection is, we're not going anywhere right now. Okay, we're not going anywhere right now. We're in this energy of looking at our options. We're looking at our choices. Things may feel chaotic. So for Divine Feminine's overall energy towards masculine, it's the patience card. This is Seven of Pentacles. So she's being really patient. She's being really patient with her emotions. She's being really patient with her compassion. Here's the Emperor card, King of Wands. So this patience has a lot to do with the energy of, Divine Feminine saying, okay, I'm going to stand in my power. I'm going to stick to my heart space. I'm going to be in this energy of, crumbling my thoughts about a new adventure with masculine. But there is this level of patience that she has that masculine will rise as the Emperor. I do feel like she's sitting there as the Empress, and look, she's birthing. Okay, this is like a gestational period. This is like that Empress energy. She's being patient. She knows something is growing, so she's staying in her heart space in hopes that the growth from this child energy is going to be Divine Masculine stepping up to be the Emperor. So now for Divine Masculine, this is the Queen of Wands card. So this is called sharing. So the question was, what is Divine Masculine's energy towards Divine Feminine? Queen of Wands. He sees her as someone who is confident, someone who is magnetic, someone who's in the energy of that can manifest. So in the sharing card, this has a lot to do with someone that is empowered and in her power. And so when we get her in this deck, it's clarified by the Knight of Pentacles. So he's really in this energy of thinking how to move forward, analyzing, wanting to move forward with some sort of loyalty, but slowly. And so he's really thinking about how to move forward into success with his Divine Feminine. I think it's very interesting with the King of Wands, and we have the Queen of Wands here. And so, while she's like, I know you're going to rise to the Emperor, I know you're going to do it. And he is seeing her as someone who is calling him to be the Emperor, right? And so now he's thinking about, how do I have victory with my match? And that is all because she is in her patience, she is heart-centered, and she has trust and belief in the universe, that she knows that what she wants is a Divine Masculine, not a child. She doesn't want to go into an adventure with a childish masculine. Okay, perhaps this is also, birthing the masculine. So there is some sort of newness, but there has to be a crumbling of his old self, and he needs to rise into his divine self. And so as she sits in that energy and is in her heart space, there is this energy of masculine really seeing Divine Feminine in her power and wanting to move forward into success with her. So now we get the card for the connection. What is the energy of the connection? Very interesting. This is the number 20 card, which is Judgment. The next card would be the World card, which would bring in the completion. So very interesting. Like, didn't I tell you guys at the beginning of this that I don't feel things have settled? And this is telling us exactly that. There is an awareness, there is an awakening, there is a transformation that is occurring. You can't make this up, with the Page of Cups. This really feels like masculine to me. This is the energy of illumination. This is the energy of awakening. This is him coming out from behind the veil and beyond illusion and coming into this transformation from this child to coming into the things that he desires. He's looking beyond all the options. He's looking beyond all the chaos. He's looking beyond all the choices. And there is an awakening. And I feel like for feminine, this is her energy too, that she's awakening that she doesn't want a page. She wants a king. She wants an emperor. And for masculine, this is the energy is he's awakening to his childish ways. He's awakening to his immaturity. He is looking beyond his immaturity to see what it is that he desires, to see what he wants to magnetically be attracted to, and attract himself. And this is very interesting because we got the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands. So it's just like they're both attracting each other to themselves because they're rising and standing in their power. So let's take a look and get some guidance for divine masculine and feminine as related to each other. Okay, bottom of the deck. Oh my God, you cannot make this up. Look at this. Preparation, prayer, sacred ritual. Look at, she's got this patience card. She's got this patience card. She's preparing for a birth. She's preparing for something. Just like masculine is preparing to be the emperor. So this is very interesting to me. So the altar priestess, when this card comes out, it's a number 39, which is a 12, which is a 3. They're both co-creating with each other, okay? So when this card comes out, the altar priestess, this is the energy of, you know, the stage is set, okay? The environment, right? We have the tower, leveled everything out. The foundation is set. Now it's the energy of allowing. Now it's like the world is waiting for both masculine and feminine to take their places in this connection, in this union. Everything is sacred. Everything is sacred. Everything is happening as it should. You are preparing, you are connecting to each other, you're connecting to your higher selves, and it is almost time to come together. So now, divine feminine's guidance, the map maker of destiny, authentic purpose, inspiration, free will. This is about feminine being in her truth. This is about feminine being in the energy of everywhere that she needs to be, okay? She's in this energy where, you know, she knows that this connection is fated. She knows this connection is part of her destiny. And this is the energy where, you know, things may have felt very challenging, as you all know, but those lessons, those challenges with masculine are all for her highest good. And so this energy, no matter what is happening, this is part of her destiny. This is part of her inspiration. Masculine has inspired her to be great. Masculine has inspired her to be strength. This connection, his coming into feminine's life, was fated. And so this is the energy. It really feels like it's important now how you respond to what things happen now. Are you going to respond from your heart space? Are you going to respond from ego? Are you going to respond from your old self? You know, it's kind of like the lesson that I was talking about in the beginning. You know, I could have easily engaged and raged with that person, but I didn't. I just stood up for myself. I put up a boundary, and I did not engage in a way that would feed her ego. So this is the energies when you're put in situations where masculine has had other connections, or he's not showing up, or he's not communicating. This is all part of the divine design. So you're faced with this connection, and it is a destined connection, destined energy. But how are you going to respond to this now, right? How do you respond during this separation? He is your ally, not your enemy. So you've got to start looking at this from this connection was for my highest good. This connection was for my transformation. This connection was for me to step into my authenticity, my authentic purpose. So what about for divine masculine? What's his guidance? The well watcher, wisdom, power of the divine. Number 7, very interesting. So when this card comes out, this is that energy that miracles and resolutions are occurring. That everything that he has experienced in his life has been for his highest good and for the true manifestation of his purpose. So this is about him going within. This is about him listening to his intuition. They're answering his call. Is he listening? Is he listening to the power of the divine? Is he listening to his own inner wisdom? So he's being called to this well, and there is an unseen power there. There is the power that everything for his highest good will come into alignment. So it does feel like for divine masculine, his guidance is listen to your intuition. Listen to what your inner guide is telling you and step into your power. Align with the divine to step into your higher purpose. This is a lot about higher purpose today. So I hope that this has helped. I will do a deeper reading, as the days come, but I just feel like right now, this is just something to get you going. But as you can see, it just still feels like things are shifting. So if you want to book your own personal reading, coaching session, or healing session, go to queenoflight1111.com. Have a great day. Bye.